We have so much garlic. We're gonna see what happens. Mostly because I don't feel like doing it right now. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. And today, which is the same day as the last video that you saw, I am out here because I am going to plant out the yellow lemon green stalk with garlic. I purchased a lot of garlic, y'all. And because I'm not good at math, my thought was a half a pound is not enough. And so I ordered a pound, and that's definitely way too much. Either way, I have people I can give it to. I have a friend who does garden in green stalks. I got him hooked to green stalks. He is having his most success ever trying to garden in his green stalks, and I'm so excited for him. He tried bags and he didn't have a lot of success. Then I got the green stalk and I was telling him about it, and so now I think he has 5 and he's having an awesome time growing in them. Anyway, my point in saying that is because I can give him some of this garlic and he can plant garlic too. So we got a lot of garlic, y'all. We got, look, we have so much garlic. So I'm gonna run through really quick the garlic that I got. So just know, depending on where you live is going to decide what type of garlic you need. There's hard neck and there's soft neck garlic. I'm doing both though in my area. I'm in Virginia Zone 7B, and honestly, I am doing a trial, an experiment, whatever you want to call it this year. One second, puppy, no. So I got some garlic from Botanical Interest. It is called Montana Zemo. According to Botanical Interest, I can grow in my area any of their varieties. This is a hard neck garlic. I got 2 of them. I probably don't need 2 of them, y'all. Oh, all of this has been in my refrigerator since I got it. I don't know how long it's been. It's definitely not been 2 or 3 months. It's probably been a few weeks, but it's all been in the refrigerator because garlic needs a cold period to start to separate. I think that's what it is. If I'm wrong, y'all fix it in the comments for me. Vernalization, I think is what it's called. I know the word, but who knows if that's what it actually means. If you're new to my channel, I have not been trained. I don't know like all of the fancy words or processes or things that happen, but I do know how to grow some things. Garlic is not one of those things. I have not had a great harvest of garlic before, but that's why we're doing all of these trials this year, because I want a great harvest. I love garlic. So we have another one, and there's 3 bulbs of these that I got from my local feed and seed, and I'm honestly not sure what variety it is. So on the tag, we're just gonna write local feed and seed because I don't know what it is. And then a subscriber, a viewer, sent me these, so thank you, Lisa. These are early Italian, and they are soft neck heirlooms. Look how big that one is. And then I ordered from Mary's Heirloom. She had a lot of varieties, and so this is where I ordered a half a pound. So I have another bag of these in the house. These are called California Late White. Anyway, we are going to quickly separate these bulbs, and then we're gonna go down to the yellow green stalk because I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done today. And I said it in my last video because we have rain for the next 3 days. Very high chance, 90% chance of rain on those days. This is a whole garlic bulb, but we're gonna plant the cloves. You wanna make sure you keep the casing on. You might lose some of it on the outside, but you just wanna try to kind of get down in there, break it up, and grab the garlic so that you don't lose the paper or casing. It's not paper, casing that's on it, and you're gonna plant the whole thing. If it comes off, I have planted them before, but again, I have never had a good harvest of garlic, so I can't say that it doesn't matter because I don't know. Now, what I will tell you is if I'm down to like the end and I need one and the casing has come off of it, I plant it just to see what happens. I am pretty sure this is soft neck because if it was hard neck, there would be a whole stem coming up in the middle of these bulbs, and I don't see one, which makes me believe that this is soft neck garlic. I'm gonna plant the bigger bulbs. So my plan is to plant each tier with 1 variety. So I only need 6 of these. So I'm gonna pick out the 6 biggest ones that I have. And honestly, I might open up another one just to get the biggest cloves I can possibly get. That's our 6. So we're gonna slide these to the side. You can still use the small ones for cooking and things too. So with that being said, if you have little small ones left and you don't want to try to plant them, you can still use them for cooking. The garlic is pretty much, I guess, organic and not sprayed or anything, so that it can grow again. So with that being said, you can still use them. I'm gonna put these back in the bag with Mary's heirloom so that when we get down to the green stalk, I'll know which one is which. I'm just separating them for now. So let me get these separated, and then the next time I see you, I'm gonna be down at the green stalk. So I'm back. Interestingly enough, my local feed and seed is selling hardneck. This is what you would see. This is basically what you would see, and it would be attached to the bottom if you had hardneck garlic. And this is from my local feed and seed. We're gonna see what happens. We didn't have a lot of big cloves in that, so I'm gonna just open up another one. Okay, so this is what hardneck would look like if you have a hardneck variety. That's gonna be in between the cloves. Now, you know what else you could do with this extra garlic if you don't have anywhere to plant it? You can make garlic powder, and that might be what I do with this extra garlic once I get to the end of planting in November. That would be a good idea. I didn't have a good enough harvest to make garlic powder the last time. Like, they were all small and I wasn't gonna deal with that. All right, y'all, so we got 3 of them down. This is the Botanical Interest. And if Botanical Interest has any garlic left, you can use my code down in the description to get 5% off your purchase. I don't know if they have any left. I think they sell out pretty darn quickly. I saw somebody on another channel. Her channel name is Peach. Yep, that's what she said what happened. On a hardneck, if you bang the top, it'll just slide right on out. I'm gonna make sure I link her channel. You see that? That's really cool. And then they just start to fall apart. She's gonna be, I guess, taking a little bit of a break because she's about to have a baby. But I love her channel. By the way, these garlic cloves from Botanical Interest are huge. The ones from Mary Heirloom was really big, and so was Botanical Interest. I'll put them back in here, that way I can keep up with what's what. All right, let's do it again. That's so awesome. Thank you. And then they just break right apart. Look at that, y'all. Very nice. All right, off we go down to the green stalk. Somebody asked me where my boots were from. They're from High C, Hisea. If you are interested, I think I still have a link for them. I haven't worked with them in a while. So, as it relates to this green stalk, I'm not gonna add anything else to it. When I set this up, or not set it up, when we finish harvesting the potatoes out of it, I went ahead and amended it. So at this point, I'm not gonna add anything else to it. I'm just gonna plant the garlic in it, and then we are going to move forward. Oh goodness, I didn't make my labels. Hold on, y'all. So I have this little container. I got it from the $1.25 tree, and I just dropped all of my labels back in here. And I think y'all were telling me how I could clean them. I don't think y'all were telling me how I could clean them. I haven't cleaned them yet, but I'm just writing on both sides essentially. So looking for 5 of them. And so we're just gonna write the names, and we're gonna plant 1 tier of each. We'll do Botanical Interest, so I'm gonna put BI on here. I'm also gonna write October on here so that I know when I planted it, and the name. And that ticket, that little tag is up there. I'll be right back. All right, it's called Montana Zemo. I'm also gonna put in parentheses HN so that I know that it was a hardneck. This is all I'm doing now. I don't get this in depth with everything that I plant, but if I am testing something and I need to know the best variety, I need to know the best time to plant it out, all of that, I wanna actually have the information at my fingertips. So that's what we're gonna do, and we'll go ahead and start putting them in here. They need to go down, in my area, 1 to 2 inches deep. If you live in a colder climate, you might want to put them deeper so that they don't get pushed up out of the soil. This is a Hori Hori knife. I will link it. It has the measurements on it. and we love that. And it also has a serrated edge. I really like this thing. All right, let me pull you in. So this is the pocket we're planting. We are just gonna drop our garlic clove down in here. For the most part, you're gonna want it to be, like I said, fully cased. You're gonna want the pointy side up and this part at the bottom, the flat side at the bottom. This is where your roots are gonna grow from. So we're gonna drop it down in there, just like that, and then we're gonna cover it back up. Now, when we start to get cold, I will cover these with straw, just like I'm gonna do the ones that's in the garden bed. Right now, I'm not gonna do that, mostly because I don't feel like doing it right now. So we're gonna move around. Garlic, as I understand it, does like a good amount of nitrogen. It's not a bad idea to put bone meal in your hole. You can also, of course, use, what do you call that stuff? Granulated fertilizer as well. All of that is already in my green stock, which is the only reason why I'm not doing it now. But if I hadn't put it in the green stock, then I would. Also, this green stock is moist because when I water the rest of the green stalks and fertilize, I still fertilize and water this green stock as well. I don't have to worry about that either. But one more thing in case you're interested, because it's a question that I always get, is what soil am I using in my green stock? I'm using a soil called Burger BM6. I get it from my local feed and seed. It does not seem to be readily available in other places, and I'm not really sure why that is. I'm sure I've seen it online before, but like you can't find it in Lowe's or Home Depot. I've never seen it there. The reason why I really like it is because I can get, I want to say 3.2 cubic feet in one bag, and I don't have to lift a whole bunch of bags back here into my garden space or roll them back here, however you want to put it. I don't want to do it. It's really that simple. So that's the soil that I use. Granulated fertilizer I use is Espoma, and blood meal and bone meal is pretty much wherever blood meal or bone meal I can find. Also, why do I have this hat on? Because I got my braids out and I don't get my hair braided back up until Wednesday, y'all. In case anybody was wondering, you probably won't, but I just felt like I needed to tell you. All right, I'm gonna see y'all in a little bit. Let me finish doing this. All right, y'all, so this whole green stock is planted out. There was already straw on it. I didn't really think about that, but I'm gonna put a thicker layer of straw on it when the temperatures get really cold. But the whole thing is planted out with garlic now. The soil is nice and moist. We already had amendments in it to fertilize. So now we just wait. When I am done with this garlic in here, either in June or July, I am going to do a second planting of some type of dwarf tomato. So that's another thing that I'm gonna try next year. I'm going to do a bush variety in June out in the garden. So my second planting, I guess, of tomatoes out in the main garden. But then I'm also going to try some bush varieties in this green stock, but it won't be all tomatoes. I'll probably mix in some other small plants, but this is going to be used for garlic up until June or July. So remember that wherever you plant your garlic, garlic takes a long time to grow. So make sure that you're okay with not having that space to plant for spring. And so I know now there's no need for me to plan for this in like early spring, like late April, early May, because it'll be occupied. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in my garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.